G'day, welcome back. Today we're going to do a little breakdown of a short film that I co-directed here in Norway, and I was also the director of photography and kind of one-man band of getting audio and video of this one. So let's just jump straight into the DaVinci Resolve with this one here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the first title screen straight up with this one, and let's go. Ja, jeg skal være der om 20 minutter. Now I'm going to stop it right there and head back over to the very opening scene, and just go through a little bit about what's going on here technically and why I chose, or why we chose to have these as the opening screen. So we'll just put that one in full screen. So as you can see here, we've got a little slider action coming out. I decided that a little bit of movement in the picture was nice and dynamic and drew in attention and showing off a little bit about the scene. Christa is the co-director and also the main actor in this short film, just to let you know. And he is Norwegian, and these are actual things in his kitchen. So this is in his kitchen, and he had a little Australian flag down there already. So we decided to leave them in the picture as props, and also just this beautiful little collaboration piece there. Two nations working together. Technically speaking, this scene is not perfect. I could have spent a little bit more time on arranging some lights to shine on the inside here to bring up the exposure, but at the same time it was kind of a little bit rushed with this one because we were pushing to get it done, and also I don't know, I didn't have the right equipment with me to be able to balance it out, and I wanted to have the insides visible here at least a little bit, and also the outside. If I was able to shoot this one again, I would pump light into that room to bring up the levels and the exposure in that room to match the exposure outside. And I would bring the general exposure from outside down so we can actually see the lovely mountainside there, this sort of summer background. However, it's not the worst, but definitely could have been better as a disclaimer. But we'll talk about some of the elements inside of this picture. Before we started shooting, the room was quite bland, or a bit messy actually, so we decided to have a little bit of nature sitting there. It was nice to leave the speaker and some of the items on here just to give it the realistic effect. Over here on the right hand side of the picture, there's some rising bread, which was nice and homely. Ukulele up on the wall here, which is also cool and homely. Let it move out a little bit, we'll go back for that one. Also, can't really see because of the bar there, but we had the breakfast table set up, and we had to rearrange this a few times to get it right, to make it look as dynamic as possible. We had the milk carton here and the coffee there and everywhere, and we found out that this worked great, just to show that there was an empty table space here, but still with coffee and food on the table, the chair slightly pushed to the side. You know, small elements all make up to the picture. And then we move on over to the next scene. So there's coffee brewing. So there's some action going on here. I really enjoyed putting these little scenes together because they really help make up the beginning of the story here, at least from my perspective. So the coffee is representing like the start of the day and some hecticness going on, if we can call it that. For me, I always start my day with a cup of coffee, and I think it's great to have, you know, personal connections within the film that you're creating. We can also see just a teaser element down here of Keep Tassie Wild. That's my little political statement within this one. But yes, actually having a look at the technicals behind this, there is a slight pull out with the slider, and I've got a fluid head on top of the slider just to give it that slight wrapping. There's a slight circular movement going on here, so we get a little bit of a dynamic picture going on. As we see here, there's some flies flying around. That's real. This is real life, ladies and gentlemen. Then the next scene's straight into Christa's room. Another one of these slider and fluid head dynamic slide arounds. This is actually Christa's room. Christa's probably going to hate me for saying that, but hey, reality makes the picture as cool as possible, I think, from my perspective. Anyway, just looking at some of the elements in here: guitar on the computer chair, messy clothes. I liked it, so I kept it without clearing it away, and I think that makes the picture more realistic from this perspective. So Christa runs in. We had a couple of run-throughs just with timing. I wanted to get that timing as he came through the opening of the door here. You can see him enter and rush past the camera. And that's it from the inside one, and we jump straight to the outside part. So I'm going to let this one run with the audio. And
Dårlig tid!
Let that one roll.
Hold inne et lite øyeblikk, jeg må bare...
So we see some slight slider action going on here.
Helvete! Ja, var det noe mer på vei ut? Ja da, jeg har på den blå skjorta!
Now I'm just going to pause it and back it up a little bit here. So I wanted this scene to be really slow, just to kind of emphasize the hecticness that Christa is going through here. So Christa has gone past here, and the continuity goes, and Christa is in here looking for his keys.
Jeg vet jeg har dårlig tid. Hold inne et lite øyeblikk, jeg må
And
bare...
we do a slow creep back here with the slider, revealing the car. Because this is quite a long scene, this one, I wanted to have that slow movement, this creep in, revealing more elements of the picture. As Christa exits the house, he runs, boom, straight to his car and enters. And actually, with the sun being over here, over this way a little bit, we get this nice shine on Christa, and also this shadow here, which is giving more dynamicness to the picture, I feel. And also when he gets into the car, we see a shine over the house. Also a dramatic mistake, but it was not that dramatic, actually. Wrong words, but it was a good shine over the house. And we get some beautiful reflections here off the car on the house as well, just going a little bit more deeper into the picture. So this is another slider shot. This is a push in. Slowly pushing in, creates tension, and then Christa drives off, revealing the title. So let me go back to that one, and I'll put the sound back on.
Nei da, det går fint. Ja, jeg har med alt. Ja,
Alright, we'll stop it there. So we'll just go back here. What's fantastic about creating movies sometimes is that when you just go with the flow and things happen on set. And I find it really exciting when happy mistakes happen. So just here, Christa was actually meant just to put the handbrake down and drive off, but he forgot the handbrake, left it on, and made the mistake. So, but that adds to the expression within this, the hecticness that's going on. He's on the phone, and just leaving the handbrake on was perfect. So we kept that scene, even though he felt like that was ruined. I was like, no, we're going to keep that. That was great. So again, this is just a push in, real simple camera work, just slider, push in, and then that helps reveal the title when the car drives off. A technical point of capturing audio on this one, what I did here was I put a small zoom H1, I think it was, with a, I think it was a microphone or something like this attached to it. Might have been the Rode Video Mic Pro or something like this, or even without. I can't remember exactly, but I literally put that inside the car so I could get the audio of Christa talking on the phone, as you can hear now. And this is all just that little handy recorder.
Ja, jag har med allt.
Yeah, so I had also a microphone on top of the camera so I could get the sound of the car as it drove off and the sound of the rocks underneath the wheels. Just trying to get as many details as possible within that shot there. So that's the opening scene there for Sånn Dag. Now, what I'm going to do is, so that this breakdown doesn't go for so long, I'm going to break this up into parts. Let me switch over to my full screen. Hi again. Yeah, so if you liked this breakdown content, give me some feedback on this video. I would be really appreciative of it, because I'm thinking about doing this more regularly and getting it out for people to check out more of the content that I'm creating, but also to be a part of a community of filmmaking and how to better one's skills, etc., etc. I've got a Patreon page, so if you head over to patreon.com /heapsgoodproductions, you'll find me on there. You can subscribe if you feel the need. That actually would be really nice if you subscribed and help support me with what I do. Just for a little bonus extra before you go and subscribe, I'm going to switch back over to the full screen here, and I'm going to go over to the blog and have a breakdown. So this is on my Heaps Good Productions website, so www.heapsgood.no. I'm just going to quickly walk through the gear that I used for this video, because I know some people were really interested in the actual tech side of things. So I used the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, mouthful. As you can see here, that was pretty much the rig that I had set up. So the lens on this one, which was I think pretty much used the whole time, was the Tokina 11 to 16mm f2.8 ATX Pro, if that was right. Little follow focus from Letus, and the standard kind of Blackmagic rig set up there. I got the Metabone speed booster on that one. That's it for the camera that I used. So in some of the scenes, which I'll go through later or more in depth on my Patreon page, is talking about the scenes where I have gimbals. So this is the Ronin S, and this is the Blackmagic setup on that one. And there's a couple of scenes where I use the gimbal for some car scenes, just to keep it as stable as possible. And but going directly over to the scenes that we just had a look at then, we're looking at some behind the scenes photos of what we did there. So I've got a microphone set up on a stand here to get the audio of the car as it drove off, just so we get that rocks, as I was explaining before, the rocks moving under the tyres. And then we can see also here that the camera is set up on a slider, so that's the push in there. We also have this is further on in the scene. This is the handheld rig that I got some of the inside of the car shots there. We got some. Yeah, so this is the one where it revealed it from the side of the house and just the side of the car there. Inside of the car here, we can see that there is a microphone in the back of the car here and a reflector. And this was for inside of the car scenes, but I'll go through that breakdown on my Patreon page. Literally with the H1, I sat the microphone there in the passenger seat as he drove off in that first scene. Christa going, well, reviewing some of the material as you do, and yeah, that was pretty much the breakdown of that. I hope that was interesting for you guys. Yeah, if you find this content really cool, let me know. Help me out, subscribe to my channel. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers!